Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain to you the cost of how to live in Bali 2021, expectations versus reality. I'm going to go over the prices of how to live here comfortably. I'll also share what I was paying when I first moved here and then 3 months later of what I'm paying now. I'm sure this isn't your first video you've watched of what it costs to live in Bali or any other country that is. There's a lot of them out there, whether you're looking at your favorite YouTuber of what it costs for him to live in a certain country, or you're just looking for a video that has the highest amount of views for their experience of what it costs to live in Bali. Either way, you're never really going to get the same answer. And the reason why that is everyone has a different lifestyle living, whether you're here by yourself, a significant other, or family, and of course what you do when you're in Bali or whatever country you're at. So the prices may or may not reflect you. So I'm going to go over the bare basics of the cost of living and how to get the resources, which is very easy, anyone can do it. So a little overview of what Bali is like currently, February 2021. As far as beaches along the coast, they're pretty much free from Kuta all the way up to Canggu. You just pay like a small parking fee, like 2,000 or 3,000 rupiah, or like 20 or 30 cents. So as far as eating out, 80 to 90% of restaurants offer a promo or a happy hour throughout the day on food and drinks. So there is a 9 p.m. curfew for all businesses to close at 9 p.m., which is not too bad because I don't really go out to clubs or drink anymore, so I don't really care about that. So for the party goers, it may not be good for you. And as far as traffic, the only way I can really compare was my trip here in 2019. It was pretty much nasty anywhere you go. The only way to get around was by motorbike. It's still the same now, but overall traffic is pretty mild compared to what it used to be. As far as the busyness of the area, most of the congested areas have shifted here in the Canggu, Brawa area. The Kuta, Seminyak area is, a lot of the business there are closed, but I won't get into that. Overall, all accommodations and transportation is down 20 to 50%, and some areas of living even more depending on price. So to give you the facts of what it costs to live bare minimal, rent, you can easily find a place for around the 2 million range, which is like $140 and up. As far as phone service, the popular company to use is called Telkomsel. The average price you'll pay for about 30 gigs of data is about 140 rupiah or $10. Price may differ whether you use more data or less data, but all in all, you want to make sure your phone doesn't have a current SIM lock on it. If you want to know what that is, or you're not sure what that is, call your carrier at home and ask them if there is a current SIM lock on your phone. Make sure you do that research before you leave your home country. As far as scooter rentals, motorbike rentals, the market price for a motorbike here is between 500k and 1 million rupiah, or $35 to $70, depending on the size of the bike you get and of course the condition that it's in. Fuel costs, I'll just say $10 a month. Everywhere you go is short distance. As far as food, I'm just going to base it off 3 meals a day, 50k a meal, whether you eat once a day, twice a day, or 3 times a day. So as far as rough numbers, 3 meals a day for a month is about 4.5 million or $325 is the ballpark range of what you could spend for food. You could spend a lot more, you could spend a little bit less, but that's about the ballpark range to eat out every day here in Bali. For laundry, the average price, give or take, is around 25k a load or 100k a month, 1 load a week. That's about $7. So the estimate per month is around 9 million or $700. As I said before, it's based on your lifestyle.
Just having a few cocktails,
And this doesn't include anything as far as entertainment or any emergency costs, or if you rip your shorts and you go buy a new pair of shorts or you buy socks. Any of that stuff does happen. So of course your budget possibly be a little bit higher for an emergency. But as far as your bare minimum cost, that is what you expect to spend to live comfortably on your own, have your own transportation, and essentially to eat out every day. And if you're wondering, well, why don't you just eat at home, cook food at home? Well, for you to go to the market or grocery store, buy all the food, go home and cook it, you're essentially paying the same thing. So unless you're really super picky on food and how you like it prepared, it's probably better to just go to a restaurant and have someone cook it for you and pay the same thing. It's weird coming from other countries, but that's the way it is here. And that cost of living price can actually be cheaper. These prices is based off living 10 minutes from the beach. But of course, you can live further out into the local areas where prices for food is much less. A lot more street vendors. Look at the juice, look at the juice. Look at the juice. You can get like a meal for like 10K, 15K. That's like $1 a meal. So there are places, to get meals that cheap, and cost of living can even be even cheaper if you go like door knocking and find like a family to live with and rent a room for like 500K a month. That is possible. If you're interested in that, then you can just message me in the comments and I can tell you what areas to go to find prices of that. As far as extras, like going out to drink, clubs, gyms, any of that, a little overview as far as what those things cost. Beer, standard price for beer is around 30K. Not in a nightclub, but like at a market or a typical bar or restaurant, 30K is what you'll pay for a beer, or like $2. Cocktails, for some reason, liquor prices here are really expensive. I'm not sure why. The typical price for a cocktail is around 100K. There are places that offer promo where you buy one, get one for 100K, or you go to another place and you pay 150 plus for a drink. So I'll just ballpark it 100K a drink, or $7. Western food or non-Indonesian food, for a full meal expect to pay between 100K and 200K for a full meal, or $7 to $14. As far as nightclubs, when they're open, there's no entry fee. Most of them just let you in for free. Some will actually charge you a minimum spend. So the price of that is more or less up to you. Prices for drinks in nightclubs is usually 50 to 70% higher than if you buy it at a store, but that's self-explanatory. How much you spend in a nightclub is more on how much you drink, so there's no real answer for that. So if you're looking to join a gym, there's all different kinds of gyms, but for a standard gym, prices here in Bali start at around $1 million, or between $50 and $70 a month. The gym that I've joined is called Body Factory. It's a little bit more on the overpopular side, and the sole reason why I joined that gym is because it has everything that I wanted, from free weights to the full spa outside, where it has the pool, the ice bed, hot sauna, jacuzzi. It has a juice bar as well, and they also have a cafe. It's the most expensive gym membership I've had, and I've been to some really nice gyms. So if you're looking to join a gym out here, just do understand that the prices here start more on a higher level, around $1 million or more, depending on what you're looking for. I'm gonna do a little room tour here. So this is a 2-story loft. So we have a living area there. TV, I don't really watch, but I have a couch, very comfortable to sit on. I have like a dining area. I use it as like a workspace. This thing is amazing. You get hot water and cold water, pretty much on demand. You just go next door to the market, fill up a 5-gallon jug here. It's about 20K, which is about like $1.25. So pretty much unlimited water at any time, which is the best thing to have. This is like a closet, pantry, room all in one. Kind of just keep everything I don't want visible. Put my suitcase there. And then full-size kitchen. Well, as full-size as you can get. You got a stove, Shelf, plates, cups, everything. Down here, excuse that. Down here you have pots, pans. That's about it there. Fridge. I just usually have a coconut in there. That's about it. As far as upstairs, it's just a bed. Nothing really special. It's just a bed. Extra outlet there. And get your own aircon. So a separate aircon comes in handy at night. Then for the living area, I have a separate aircon here, which is good. I usually leave them both on because it gets really hot here. As far as the patio area, I don't really use it too much, but it has like a little outdoor area to sit. You drop the shades down if it gets too hot. And sunbathing area. Not full sunbathing, but you know, you can get enough done. It's just a view of the street. So the reason why I picked this space was overall the location and the layout of the apartment here. The total price I pay per month is 7.5 million rupio or $540. And that does include all utilities and other expenses as well. But the place that I first started off at was a small guest house I've actually found off Airbnb, and I paid 3.7 million rupio or $270, give or take. But had I searched Facebook beforehand and didn't wait till the last minute, I would have easily found a place much cheaper. While I was shopping around for this place, I did find a lot of guest houses that were offering 3 to 4 million per month rent. And what a guest house is, essentially, it's a single room. You get your own private room, your own private bathroom. Sometimes you get a mini fridge included. And as far as a kitchen area, it's like a community kitchen, and most of them have a pool, a shared pool. With current times, a lot of the places are 50 to 75% vacant, so sometimes you'll be living almost by yourself. So you may not really need to live in a private villa if you're okay with having 1 or 2 neighbors nearby. So as far as my phone bill, I pay a little bit more. I pay 200K a month or $14. And the reason why that is, sometimes if the Wi-Fi sucks, I'll just hotspot my phone and just use the data there, and it's usually pretty good. Warm up the old Ducati. So that bike is a 2017 NMAX or 155cc. Better way to explain that, they have a small motorbike and they have one that's just a little bit bigger. That's the one that's a little bit bigger. The benefit of that bike has a little bit more power. It handles better on the road. It has more storage, but it sucks a little bit more gas. But overall, it's a better bike. I paid 1 million per month. I rented that bike for 2 months. The bike I have currently, I did a 3-month deal on. It's a 2021 NMAX, and the reason why I upgraded was overall I wanted something newer, and I do travel outside of the city a lot, so I want something that's not going to have a really dumb breakdown like a dead battery or the brakes gone bad or tires worn out.
Yeah, it's flat.
I didn't want to deal with any of that, so paying a little bit more money for a brand new upgrade was completely worth it for me. But that's my opinion. If you're looking to travel around the island a lot and you want like a long-term rental, I'd say it's a good route to go. 2 million a month is market price, but I made a package deal or a 3-month deal where I pay 1.6 million a month. But of course, you can get a bike much cheaper. You can get an entry-level bike, the Vario or Scoopy. It's like the little tiny motorbikes that you see typically anywhere you go. Those around 500K is average. You could spend a little bit more if you get a new one, like a brand new one of those is probably like 700-800K a month. And they're better on fuel, but everything's personal preference. Fuel costs, I don't really pay attention to fuel. To fill up my bike, it's like 60K, and I fill it up 3-4 times a month. So I just put $20, 200K. fuel is really affordable here. So like I said, I don't pay attention to that, but I drive a lot more. Some people, a whole tank can last 1 to 2 weeks. Me, it's like 4 to 6 days for a tank. Food for me, I try to track it as much as I can. I try to track mostly daily spend versus how many meals or what I spend per meal. I just try to track my overall daily spend. So if I had to give you a number in a 3 meal per day perspective, I would say I spend $50K in the morning for breakfast, $50K for lunch, and then $150K for dinner. That's $250K or $7.5 million a month or $540. Do I spend that exact number? Probably not. Is it a little bit more, a little bit less? I would say that's a happy medium. As far as what I eat, I pretty much just eat whatever I'm in the mood for. I don't eat fine dining or anything like that. I've done that a couple times. You know, on my birthday, I ate out, you know, somewhere fancy that costs a little bit more money, but usually I just eat like a typical like bar food or just everyday food that, you know, almost anyone can afford. Laundry, I pay a little bit more for laundry a month, and the reason why that is because I like somewhere where it's newer. I don't do the drop-off service. I usually go to like a place where you do your own laundry, and with newer washer and dryers, I pay $60K a load. 4 times a month, that's like $17 to do laundry, you know, which is not really bad. As far as extras, drinking, would I tell you how much I spent drinking versus what you could spend? It's not really relevant. I can talk about it all day long, but there's really no point. If you want to know my personal opinion, I don't drink much at all anymore. I actually stopped drinking for the last 2 weeks. And my reason of that is, besides feeling like shit in the mornings, is more of using that money to do more travels. Like if I spent $1 million on one night going out to a club, well, I just came back from a place, I spent $1 million for a villa on the beach for 5 days. So it's like I give up one night of drinking and I get a nice villa on the beach for a whole week. So that's my reason why I stopped drinking, is to expand my money to other places, which is not really a bad idea because, you know, drinking doesn't really, you know, make my night better or anything like that.
Just having a few cocktails, you know.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It's something a little bit different than what I usually make. If you have any questions about anything I went over, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.